I just kind of feel like making a video, so I couldn't think of any ideas. I'm actually in the middle of watching a drama, so I can't review it until I finish it, and I can't finish it because it's so boring. Like I'm halfway through the drama, and it is boring me so much. Like I can barely get through an episode a day. Like the episodes are only 40 minutes long. Mind you, I watched Love Now, which was 72 episodes, and I finished that in a week and a half, and this drama is only 40 episodes. Anyway, once I'm done with the drama, I will review it, but I mean, even my tweets about it aren't really all that exciting. It's basically just me complaining that it's boring. So, since I feel like doing the video, I'm just gonna do a makeup tutorial inspired by my outfit today, which I just came from church, and this is the skirt that is going to inspire the look. And the pattern I picked up because green and black diamond, which immediately made me think of Joker from Suicide Squad, which I don't like. Suicide Squad, I think it's a very bad movie. Well, not very bad, like it's entertaining, but like it's so bad. Mind you, I like Twilight, so that kind of tells you what my taste in movies is like. I don't particularly like Suicide Squad. I think they needed more Joker, because that was like their main advertising point. Like Joker was in a lot of the trailers, and then we got to see the movie, and there was very little Joker. They needed a lot more Joker and Harley Quinn, because the other villains really are not interesting at all. But I do like the Joker in most renditions of him. Comic book Joker, a little less so. He's more abusive. Although, I suppose any rendition of Joker with Harley Quinn, he's abusive. But I appreciate that in Suicide Squad, they made it clear that he actually like did reciprocate her feelings, which is why he jumped into the vat to save Harley Quinn after he let her jump in order to prove that she wanted to be with him. Like, that is probably one of my favorite scenes, because before that, he's just being a jerk. Trying to get better at not cursing, but it's very hard. I've been cursing since I was in elementary school, okay? So, trying really hard to not curse anymore, but, you know, it still happens. I'm human. We all make mistakes. But he was very much a jerk. But even when he was being a jerk, like, he was still, like, an amazing Joker. Which I don't understand why people don't like Jared Leto as the Joker. Like, he did a fantastic job as the Joker. Plus his abs. God bless his abs, okay? Just like Jared Leto as the Joker. Because in this version, they actually, you know, make it clear that he does reciprocate her feelings, and afterwards he starts being nicer to her. I mean, he's still like a villain, but he is nicer, which I appreciate. And Harley Quinn, like, everybody loves Harley Quinn. Well, I haven't heard any negative thoughts about Harley Quinn, but that was the inspiration for today's outfit. I get inspired a lot by anime, comic, well, not so much comic book characters, but a lot more from like anime and Asian culture. Is my main inspiration for my fashion sense. Okay, so I've been thinking about doing a makeup series inspired by Avatar: The Last Airbender. But here's the thing about that is I don't know if I should talk about Legend of Korra in that because I hate Legend of Korra with a fiery burning passion. If I talk about Legend of Korra, none of it's gonna be good. It's gonna be hating and bashing on Legend of Korra and pointing out everything wrong with that series. And I count it as its own series because they tried really hard to distance themselves from Avatar: The Last Airbender. You know, I'm going to do the Avatar: The Last Airbender makeup series, which is basically just going to be makeup inspired by the 4 elements. And maybe even some characters. Don't know yet. But let me know down below if I should just talk about Avatar: The Last Airbender or if I should also talk about Legend of Korra. I'm going to talk about Avatar: The Last Airbender or I'm going to talk about Legend of Korra. One or the other. If I talk about Legend of Korra, that's going to take up all of the time because I have a lot of thoughts about that series. Such a great sequel to one of the greatest shows of our time, you know. Such a great follow-up series. I live with children. They're outside playing. Don't mind them. So I'm going to do a green and gold halo eye. Let me know down below what I should talk about during that series because I haven't even started on it, but I have like ideas of what I would like to do. So I'm gonna go in with flat packing brush. I'm gonna go in with this brush and go in with green, which I'm gonna go in light green. It's not really light green, but it's not really forest green. Like this is forest green, and then this is like the lady M&M green. I'm gonna go in with that color on the inner and outer corners of the eye. So yeah, I also want to do a makeup series inspired by Miraculous ladybug. Let me know if that would be interesting because I do obviously really like makeup. Although my more popular videos are actually they're my scenes from Clay Ned. I think those are my most popular. Not that I really care, and I've been really stressed out lately. I kind of got some of my frustration out when I talked about the bunny incident, which was not really an incident. But I still wanted to do a makeup tutorial because it kind of helps with my anxiety. If you have like depression and anxiety, then you probably know what I'm talking about. Like if you focus on something that you enjoy, a task that you can like focus on and you don't have to focus on what's triggering your anxiety or your depression or whatever, then it kind of helps. For me, that is being creative. So makeup and sewing and crafting helps with my anxiety and my depression. Not that the bunny thing was what was triggering my anxiety and depression. It gave me something else to focus on than what was. Lately I've been doing a lot of halo eyes. Like I used to do like colorful smoky eyes. Like I would do one color on the lid and then in the crease I would do like another color and like smoke it out, and that's how I usually did my makeup. I finally got to try red bean cake. Like, I tried red bean mochi, and that was the first time I ever tried red bean anything. And I liked it, and I saw this at Daiso. And so I tried it, and it's a lot sweeter than I was expecting it to be. Like, weird. Like, I was expecting it to be more like when I tried the mochi. Like, it was sweet, but it wasn't overly sweet. This, the cake and the beans are both like really, really sweet. Not that I'm complaining, it's good, but now I'm just gonna go in with this gold and the Mixed Metals Profusion palette, the Pharaoh color. I really love this color. I don't get to use it often because oftentimes, like, I'm doing a bunch of other colors and themes, and gold doesn't always go with that, unfortunately. But today it goes because Jared Leto's Joker is all about the gold, and he's a gangster, obviously. Unlike his other counterparts. Not that I don't like them. Sorry if I'm hopping around on topics. I like more talky videos, I find, than the ones that I do where I don't talk and I just like kind of speed through. I prefer those types of videos to watch them. So why wouldn't I also make videos like that, you know? Anyway, I'm going on in with the fluffy, I'm putting some purple on it, and I'm gonna smoke that out in the crease. The other thing, I really wanted to talk about this because people like post stuff on the internet, and then like the point of having like a comment section and of posting stuff is supposed to be to open up a conversation. So I saw this one post and somebody was talking about how they really don't like Luca Net, which is fine. I'm talking about Miraculous Ladybug for anybody who's curious. Luca Net is Luca and Marinette together. And she was talking, or they were talking about how they really don't like it. How, because Luca doesn't really have any depth as a character, which I disagree. And how they actually like Kagame more, but Luca is the one that gets all the attention from the fandom because Marinette fell for him. And you know, that's fine. But I just wanted to, you know, give my thoughts on the situation because, you know, if you're providing, you know, these opposing thoughts and views, then you need somebody, like, you might not see where other people are coming from. So it might be refreshing to see, oh, that's why they prefer Luca to Kagame, and, you know, see an opposing view. And I'm very respectful when I disagree with people. At least I try to be. But if it's something like that I'm gonna get in my feelings about, it's usually gonna be something like sexist or racist or somebody saying kill yourself, which that's a whole nother spiel in itself. But like stuff like the love square or love pentagon, hexagon, octagon at this point. Like the love polygon, I should say, because we don't know what it's going to form into. I responded to something that they said, and they never responded back. You know, I brought up the fact that Luca is more than just, you know, nice and respectful, and he, you know, appreciates Marinette. It's more than that. Like, they connected not because he was nice, but because he touched her heart with the music that he played. But, you know, Marinette had a reason to fall for him, and in my opinion, it was a more secure reason than the reason that she fell for Adrian, because she literally fell for Adrian. And she brought up the fact that she fell for Luca because he was nice to her, as if she didn't fall for Adrian for the same reason. But I digress. At the point that it wasn't just because he was nice, it was because of the music, and that's what they connected over. He liked Dragonstone, she liked Dragonstone. He gave her the guitar pick with Dragonstone's face on it. And that really cemented her feelings for him. But she made it seem like because Adrian wasn't there just this one time, and she happened to meet him, that was all she needed to like jump ship. But no, she still like really likes Adrian, but Adrian isn't showing any signs of reciprocating yet. And so, that can cause some doubt to form. It cause, her to fall for somebody else who is giving her the time of day, because it was confirmed by Thomas himself on Twitter. Somebody said, they don't like Luca and Marinette together, and then Thomas was like, well, Luca and Marinette disagree. Proving that what we saw was actually him reciprocating her feelings. Which is more than we get from Adrian, okay? And then the other point that she brought up was that, people want Luca to kind of push Adrian to acknowledge his feelings for Marinette. But nobody thinks that Marinette needs to also have feelings for Cat Noir. My thing is, she doesn't know that Adrian is Cat Noir, so for right now, she doesn't need to have feelings for Cat Noir. Not only that, but in Glaciator, we already acknowledged to acknowledge Cat Noir's feelings for her, and either accept or deny them. She chose to deny them. So we've already dealt with that. If we were going to have her acknowledge that she has feelings for Cat Noir and that she reciprocated, that would have gone differently. She would have accepted his feelings. But she chose to, tell him, like, I don't want to lead you on. That's what we got. Like, I would be okay if Adrian simply acknowledged Marinette's feelings for him instead of being oblivious. Like, make him acknowledge her feelings for him the same way that she had to acknowledge his Cat Noir's feelings for her, and deny them or accept them, which I doubt he's gonna accept them unless he acknowledges the fact that he's jealous of Luke. I'm just gonna go in with the Spongy Daddy tool and this glittery green color in the inner corner. But I would be okay with Adrian simply denying Marinette and having them both move on with the knowledge that the person that they like doesn't like them back. And then maybe maybe Marinette could go to Luca. Which, he would be the rebound, but, which isn't really fair to him, but she does have feelings for him already, which I'm glad that they established that. I would be okay with that. And then, maybe Adrian finds out that she's Ladybug, but she's already dating Luca. To be honest, I was expecting a lot more from Troublemaker when they said that Adrian saw her room was full of pictures of him. I was expecting a lot more, but they barely even touched on that. And now the episode that's supposed to come after that is on hiatus. The thing about Kagame is that they kind of acknowledge that she has feelings for Adrian, which everybody has feelings for Adrian, let's be honest. But he did not at all show any signs of reciprocating her feelings for him. And then the whole Marinette is just a really good friend thing. We all know how us in the fandom we feel about that. Also, I should point out my ship of choice is not Miracat Adrianette. My ship of choice is Ladrian because we've already confirmed that they both have feelings for each other, whereas it's really not even hinted at that Adrian has feelings for Marinette. Sort of, but no dice. Like, we need more than just him not being bothered by her being close to him. I don't like Marinette because Marinette has clearly expressed that she doesn't like Cat Noir. I mean, before it was because she thought that he was just flirting with her because that's how he is with every girl, which I would understand that. Oh, not to mention the fact that he flirted with her in Evil Illustrator. As Marinette. And I'm just like, oh, see, you done messed up, boy. You done messed up. Because now she has in her mind that he's just a flirt and he flirts with everybody. Which, once the reveal comes, that's going to be very interesting. Because she's going to know that Adrian is Cat Noir. And the guy that she likes goes around flirting with every girl. I really want the reveal, but it's probably not going to happen in season 2. I doubt it's going to happen until like maybe season 4. I want to say season 3. I want the reveal in season 3, but I highly doubt it. Thomas is a troll. Like they teased a balcony scene and then gave us a rejection. Speaking of rejections, it's so funny to see like how different fandoms react. Like, we got a rejection in the balcony scene, but nobody talks about that. Whereas in Fairy Tail, which I love Fairy Tail, I also have a Juvia cosplay. I just need to get the wig, but I have a Juvia cosplay because she's my favorite character. But when Gray rejected Juvia, that's all anybody wants to talk about. They don't talk about the fact that, in my opinion, it wasn't really a rejection. He said that he would say no to things that he didn't want, you know. But everybody is just like, oh, he obviously doesn't like her because he rejected her. But then every moment after that is just like, oh, this happened before she killed his dad. And, you know, she's like, I don't have any right to love you anymore. And instead of letting her give up on him, he pulled her close and he was just like, thank you. And I'm just like, but y'all want to sit up here and talk about a rejection. I'm just, please. But like, nobody wants to talk about the Miracat rejection or the Lady Noir rejection because, you know, he kissed her on the cheek and she let him. I mean, she kissed Chloe on the cheek too. Like, are we gonna start shipping them together? What I like about Luca is that they actually acknowledge that he likes her, which is more than they do for any of the ship stuff. And she mentions that if Adrian wasn't around, then she might like Cat Noir. But then she like backpedals and it's just like, what am I saying? Adrian is my one and true love and everything. But of course that wasn't in the show itself. And I really don't like Glaciator. I know everybody loves Glaciator for the Miracat and the Lady Noir scenes. I just don't like it. I don't like how Cat Noir acts in that. I don't like the scene where they're trying to defeat Glaciator and they're flirting, or Marinette, or not Marinette, but Ladybug is flirting with Cat Noir, and he's like okay with like her holding his arm, but then she keeps like advancing it, and like she said that she doesn't want to leave him on, but then she goes and does stuff like that. But to have Luca come and Marinette like instantly falls for him, but then Kagami is supposed to be the other half of the love triangle or the octagon, and she's supposed to be disrupting it and not have Adrian have just as strong, if not a similar reaction to Kagame, I think was a mistake. Because if you're going to promise us a love square, then honey, you better deliver on the love square part. How is she disrupting the love square with just her feelings? Whereas Luca over here got feelings for Marinette, talking about she amazing and stuff. And Marinette is over here like fawning over him and can't speak the same way as she does with Adrian. I'm gonna insert pictures here of the final look. Kagame, I've been waiting for her to come back and she just hasn't. It's very disappointing because I was expecting a lot more from her, especially with her fighting spirit. Kagame. Luca, although, did not disappoint me. I like Luca. I like Luca Net almost as much as I like Ladrian, because what they did in one episode, they're still building up on after 2 seasons with Adrian and Marinette. I think that's it.